Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Johnny G in the morning. I was going to do a segment on Arn Johnson. If you guys don't know who Arn Johnson is, I will do that another day. He's one of the main focuses on the new Conjuring movie. He was the guy that apparently murdered somebody and said he was possessed by the devil. But I decided against that. We're not going to go that route. What we're actually going to do is we're gonna do something that's going to kind of come from my heart. Something that I posted today on Instagram of a legitimate smile that I had about how much fun I had streaming Sea of Thieves yesterday. Now, the reason I want to do that, and the reason I want you guys to kind of see the inner side of Johnny G, is that has been a very, very long time, guys, that all I thought about at work was getting home to stream. Now, I used to be like that. For those of you who have followed me, pretty much through my whole streaming career, it's been over 4 years. There was a time where I did every single day. Every single day I was there. I was streaming. I loved it. I enjoyed it. A lot of people like to come in. I had quite a bit of subs. I had someone send me a plushie of my logo. Things were going amazing. And then life kind of hit. And there was a situation, where I moved out of Eau Claire, Wisconsin, where I was, and I was going back home. I didn't really know the direction of where I was going. I ended up buying a house, and I got a dog, and things got really, really stressful there for a while. And, I kind of hit that point where, streaming it wasn't doing it for me anymore, and I couldn't understand why. But I got that sensation back after yesterday, and it made me so happy to have that in my heart again, of just that love that I had for streaming, that love and that passion and that drive. It all came back. I'm telling you, when I first started streaming, it was an everyday thing for 4+ hours, and I would stay up even later, and I would go and I would support other streamers, and make those connections. But there was a time in my life, when I was going through everything of, buying a house, and, I had failed relationships. I had people in my family die, and it was a very, very tough time to actually want to be, I guess I would say, want to be entertaining, want to be, funny in that sense. And it's such a good feeling to have this drive and have this passion back. I'm getting into fantasy football league again with a couple of old buddies of mine, and one thing that just kind of struck a chord with me when I had someone in there that I haven't talked to him for quite some time, and his thing was hey, how is everything going with the podcasting, and how many platforms have you touched? Now, the reason he asked how many platforms I touched is because there was a lot of things that I did with the streaming, with the podcasting, doing up in college, doing the radio, did a little stand-up, and I did a cover song with my buddy Chris Cruzy. It was just a lot of things that I touched, and that happiness that was inside of me was just fucking there. It was gung-ho for me that all I wanted to do every single day was stream or come up with some kind of idea for a podcast. Now, I didn't hit the podcasting really until about 2 years in. I didn't really have the equipment that I wanted for it, but I strived. I strived as much as I could to get what I could. And now that has finally come full circle. I'm trying to get something out at least, once a week, if not 2 or 3 times a month, get something out there. So yeah, this one's not going to be as long as they normally are. I wanted to kind of let you guys into my world a little bit of what was going on. I know I did a video, where is Johnny G been? And that was something of, I had a family member that died, and that's why I was kind of gone for a little bit. But a lot of it, man, to be honest, I was just kind of going through a thing where I felt lost. And I've talked to a couple of people, that, they used to be streamers too, and they kind of felt, they felt lost and didn't know if that's something that they really wanted to pursue. And, they're off and doing bigger and better things, which is really good for them. But this is something that I've always had such a passion for, of streaming. Even though I'm not the best gamer in the world, I'm there more for the conversation and to be able to sit down and talk to people. When I started the Streamers in Depth, I loved it. I wanted to get a new streamer in there every single week if I could. It was just, finding the right streamer to do that with me. And I found a couple of good ones that I want to bring back, and we'll do a couple of those episodes too. We're gonna sit and chat, but yeah, a lot of it has just been I was allowing other people to kind of steer my emotions in a certain way, and this is just kind of going back towards like relationship wise, of they felt like I wasn't spending enough time with them. I was spending too much time on streaming. I was doing this, I was doing that. And it clicked with me yesterday after I was done streaming and after I took that picture. I just looked at how genuinely happy I looked in that photo of like, oh my God, that passion has come back, that drive has come back. Like I have this studio now. Now I have my stream downstairs. It was just that getting back into that grasp of things is what I'm really, really excited about and I'm really happy about. And I've always told people when they've asked me in the past, where do you see yourself in 5 years, Johnny? And I was like, hopefully fucking streaming and doing podcasting. I want to stick more with the podcasting, but the streaming is a lot of fun. And streaming has been such a weird one for me. And I think mainly it's just because of the games that have been out. I feel like, when COVID hit, all these games getting delayed, and it was just, there was really nothing new out there that I wanted to play. And, when you're streaming, people can kind of sense that on you if you're having fun or not. And I finally hit that stride of where I wasn't streaming as much. I wasn't doing anything really with the podcast, and it was more a majority of I was trying to make other people happy than I was trying to make myself happy. And I kind of feel like a hypocrite in some kind of way, and this is just me being honest, because when I would stream, and I was always telling people, you got to do what makes you happy. If something makes you happy, it makes you smile, you have to go out and you have to do that. And in all reality, I should have been following my own advice. I really should have, and that's why I say I feel like a hypocrite, because I started noticing it after a while, and I was just like, dude, like I haven't streamed in quite some time. I'm not even putting time in it. I'm not doing what I normally did. And it was something that I really love. Like the gaming community to me, it just feels like a family, and when you try to explain this to people who are not gamers, so if you are here just because you like the crime investigation, or you like some of the other podcasts that I've done, with cancel culture and all that stuff, like this is me being real. This is who JonnyG is. JonnyG is just, I've always been that person where I have a passion and I want to follow it to the full extent. I want to be able to put everything I have into it, and I haven't done that for quite some time. And it's really, it was mentally draining, and I felt tired all the time. I just felt like I couldn't get the energy level up high enough to where I once was. And I'm getting older, I understand that, but I'm only 30 years old. I'm be 31 this year. And it's just one of those things, and I'm not sure if anyone here has ever experienced it or not, where you kind of hit that lightning bolt of it just kind of snaps you out of it, of this like, dude, this is what you want to do, and this is what you love to do. And this also jumps back to a buddy of mine that was in the conversation, where he's like, hey, man, like you have that charisma to do that. He was there since day one when I first started. So he actually saw, I'm not sure if he watches really a whole lot anymore, but, he kind of saw what it grew into, the follows that came in, how the stream looked different, how, Streamlabs came in, and all of a sudden I had these notifications, then I had this merch. He kind of saw that happen. And when he told me that's something I haven't heard in a very, very long time. I just kind of felt like I was going with the motion, and I was just kind of doing me, but I wasn't putting my all into it, I guess, if that makes any sense at all. In my head, it really does. So yeah, it was just one of those things where when I saw that picture, man, of just, God damn, I remember that guy. I remember how happy I was. I remember being at work every day just wishing, hurry up and hit 4:30 and let me go home, let me shower, let me stream. It's something that I love to do. I did a 12-hour stream once, which I don't know if I'd be able to do that again. That's a very long time. But that passion that was there, it dropped off, and I felt horrible about that. And I still feel horrible about that. But at the same time, now seeing that picture, if you guys haven't checked it out, the link is down in the description. It's JonnyG in the morning over on Instagram. That right there was a legitimate smile. That was legitimate happiness. That was the passion that I had, and it came back to me right there and then in that moment. So that to me is something that's very beautiful, and I want to bring that out to other people too. Like if you're very passionate about something and you love something, whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you smile, you got to go out and do that thing. Don't lose yourself the way that I lost myself. I lost myself for years. I didn't know what was going on. I just didn't have the energy or the drive or anything to do what I wanted to do, and that's ridiculous. I know that now of how ridiculous that really is. And for all those people who have followed me throughout the years, and if you're not following me anymore, or somehow you find your way back to my channel, I have to apologize for that. I have to apologize that I'm sorry that I lost that passion. I'm sorry that I lost that drive. It took me a while to find it again. Over a year, probably 2 years. It took me a while to find it again. But it's there at the moment. It's just there, and that's something that I really want to hold on to, and that's something I want people to understand as well. Is if something makes you happy, you got to do it, and don't let go of it. Don't give up on it. You got to keep pushing through. If there's times you don't feel like you can keep going with it, you have to, man. If it's something that's going to put a smile on your face, that is the key thing right there, is happiness. And if you, whatever it is, if anyone's going to make fun of you for doing it, how many people fucking made fun of me for, saying that I'm streaming and that I'm wasting my time? And I didn't let it bother me ever. I was just like, you know what? That's fine. If you think I'm wasting my time, that's cool. You don't live in my shoes. You don't live my life. Like, to me, I see a gaming community. I see a family. When I had a lot of people that would, come in as followers or subs, like, we were a family. Everyone was able to talk to each other on a level of respect and on a level of understanding. And there was times, we would just sit in Discord and we would video chat. We would have beers together that way. And it sucked that I lost that. It sucked that I lost that passion and I lost that drive all those years ago. And it took me till this long to find that passion again. So I'm going to do my very best not to lose that passion. And I really want you guys to do that as well in your own life. Even if it's not with streaming, even if it's not with gaming, whatever it is, if you like to build furniture, if you like to be a construction worker, if you like, anything that you want to do, man, I highly recommend don't lose yourself. Don't let people control your emotions. Be who you are as a person. Don't let anyone tell you your dreams are stupid. Don't let anyone say that, you shouldn't be doing that. You should be doing this. Don't let them steer you in a direction that you don't want to go. Is that place over there going to make me the most money? Yeah, probably it really will. But at the same time, I'm going to hate doing it every single day. I'm going to eventually hate going into work. I'm going to eventually hate doing this. And it's just not worth it. It's not, and it's the craziest thing is how long it took me to finally find this passion and find this drive again. And I'm really excited to find that passion. Once again, I'm super excited to keep the podcast going. I do want to, try to get something out at least 3 times a month. We're going to kind of stick to a little bit of the crime ones. There's also other passions that I really have that I want to talk to. And if you guys have anything else, make sure you let me know down in the comments. I love talking about Area 51. I love talking about the Men in Black. I love talking about aliens. Those are all topics that I really do enjoy. Scientology is always a really big one too. I'm sure a lot of people have heard me talk how much I love about Scientology. Not that I want to join, but just the general aspect of it being a cult, and we all know that it is. So once again, thank you guys so much. I don't want to make this video too long. I do want to get down, shower, and I'm going to be doing Sea of Thieves later tonight. So for everyone who has been with me since day one, and if you have noticed, that change, that you kind of felt the passion and the drive falling off, I really do sincerely apologize for that. I apologize if there was a time, and I even admitted it, that if I felt like a hypocrite, because I'm giving you advice about follow your passion, follow your dreams, but at the same time, I wasn't doing it at that moment, and I feel very, very bad about that. I really do, because that person wasn't me. It was, I had so much going on in my life, and the stress that was kind of going on. I felt like I had some kind of mental thing happening, like a mental block. But I'm super happy to say that, I'm out of that. I'm out of that now. I'm every time if I feel like I'm getting back in that situation, I want to look back at that picture that I posted today. I want to look back at it and just remember how much I do love streaming, how much I do love doing the podcast, how much I do love just living that lifestyle and being with the gaming family, the gaming community. I do love all of that. And that's where I want to be, man. That's what I always built JonnyG to be about, is doing all that. That's where I'm the happiest. I'm happiest sitting in front of a dual screen. I'm happy, coming up with creative ideas to do things, drinking games or anything like that. That's where my happiness is. So I hope you guys find your happiness as well. I hope you enjoyed this real talk to kind of get a little bit of an inner look of me and what I have gone through. And, let's keep it going, guys. I'm really excited to continue this journey. I know we hit a rough patch, but we got through it. And if I can get through it, guys, anybody can get through whatever you're going through. I promise you that. You just stay that path. Don't let it steer you off and go somewhere else and feel lost. You got to find your way back to that path and keep going. I appreciate you guys listening to me. Like I said, I apologize. This is a little bit shorter than what I usually do, but I had to get this off my chest. I was thinking about it all day at work. All I thought was, I can't wait to go home and stream, but I got to do my podcast. And I know I want to do an Art Johnson, but I want to do something that came from the heart. I hope you guys felt that it came from the heart, and I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you on the stream if you're going to stop by, and we're probably going to stream again tomorrow. So thank you guys so much for listening to me. Once again, hope you have a great one. Thank you.